We won't be seeing the very annoying poke of Nidalee coming in. I'm sure Coast are not happy with that, though. They've had a lot of success with Shifter on that Nidalee.
Yeah, as well as Zion Spartan's Lee Sin here. TSM not saying, you know, we'll first pick it away from you, but they're going to remove that option from Zion. I wonder if a Renekton ban comes through in a Jax pickup. We have not seen Zion play Jax in a very long time. And he just stopped pulling bans, stopped playing it. I'm surprised to see a successful champion like that disappear.
Yeah, and TSM approach the pick bans pretty much the same all the time when they play teams like Coast and teams in the lower side of the brackets. They just span out what the team was successful with last. They're like, okay, well, you know, last time we saw Zion with Lee Sin, it did pretty well, ban that out. Nidalee, you did well on that as well, ban that out. Take away the Zed, don't want Shifter making plays, and they leave Jax. You know, that's kind of in the past for them. But yeah, it's a very real possibility if Coast still want to go with their split pushing. However, like I said, TSM are a very, very good team for team fighting and hard engaged compositions. I don't know if a split push and poke will be successful against them.
Well, we'll see. I mean, TSM are definitely the big team fighting group. We'll see what they look for in this one. Taking their time with the first pick. Renekton is my first gut check, where Dyrus wants to dominate the lane. Not only is it a good champion for him, but it'll shut down Zion in any of the 1v1s he goes into.
That's an interesting little point.
There's a lot of
about the top lane, you know, how all these top laners, even with, you know, we're getting up there in the patches. The patches are still coming out, yet some of the top laners are still playing the older go-to picks of Renekton, Shyvana, and Trundle.
Yeah.
There's a lot of new picks that are really strong. We just saw Jace. I am a big fan of the champion because he can beat up people that are melee. He gets a good advantage early. He can start a Doran's Blade. He's got range. He can knock you back if you try to engage on him. And he also has gate. Yes, you know, a long time ago the cooldown was increased on gate, but it's still great for poke comps. It's great disengage. It's utility later in the game. It's all around pretty good champion for the top lane.
I'm waiting to see Kennen come back as well. I know Riv is too. Yeah, at some point that guy's
Kennen especially
show back up.
There's so many more options. I'm glad that we've kind of gotten past the point where we're locked into everyone with the 3 bruisers.
Yeah. Of course, the Rengar rework hit 4.5, so maybe we'll see him in about a month.
All right, don't get ahead of yourself.
Hey, man.
We're on the 4.4 right now.
We're talking about the future, okay? Lucian, Evelyn picked up here for Team Coast. Wiz Fusion's really go-to AD carry. And intended with Kha'Zix off the table, says Eve.
Eve, pretty popular jungler right now. I guess, you know, Eve, Kha'Zix, and Vi are very, very popular at the moment.
Yeah.
Odd one, even with Elise being nerfed. Still very happy to go back to her, as many others have been.
You know, this is interesting. TSM just allowed themselves to get counterpicked in both mid and top right here. They picked Shyvana pretty early on in the rotation. It gives Zion room to pick something to beat it.
And they're going to have to pick mid before the last pick of Coast. Where you're going with that. So, yeah, 2 solo lane counter picks, a possibility for Coast here. I don't feel like Dyrus is going to be surprised by anything that Zion pulls out, though. Yeah, no surprise there.
So I want to see this, though, because I think Solo Mid made a good choice in rushing the Thresh pick here, because I think Thresh works well against Leona. You can stop the Zenith Blade engages, or Zenith Blade, depending on who's talking about it, with Flay. And, of course, I mean, talking about good Thresh players, getting special, all-star support last year. Amazing player overall. He's going to get this champion here. Wild Turtle looks to Jinx, and Bjergsen Ziggs is just a good, safe pick.
Yeah, the whole team just feels kind of safe for TSM right now. Very, very standard set of champions for TSM. They've all played these champions before. Comfortable on each of them. This is pre-rework Gragas. No talking about that 4.5.
Nope.
So yeah, so they still do have the barrel combos that you can come out with. High burst potential. Still interested to see. I don't think Coast are going for a 4-man split. They're just going to use on as that solo lane Jax, try and get him beefy, and then go for team fights.
Yeah. We'll see what the pick ends up being for Coast's mid laner here. We do see Zion Jax. We're going to see Eve running around looking for some extra special ganks.
All right.
Well, Ahri was the champion that Coast beat TSM with. And they are going to go for it here. So Shifter, actually, this was the matchup I think he was in, where Shifter was actually beating up Bjergsen in the 1-on-1. Ahri versus Gragas.
Yeah, Bjergsen was not happy after that Gragas game. We'll see if he can redeem himself because he doesn't have very many more Gragas games to play before the rework does come in. So this will be one of the last chances. And as I said, TSM's team looks very standard TSM. Same thing for Coast here. Pretty much classic picks for both of these teams. Zion's going to be on Jax, Shifter on Ahri. I do like this matchup. However, traditionally, TSM has the edge. So if we're going with traditional champions, then again, TSM looking pretty good coming into this one.
Well, Coast going to have to rely on their wheelhouse of get your solo lanes fed, make them carry super hard, and make it happen. The one thing I want to point out, though, is when Zion does well on Jax, because he bullies his lane opponent, but now that everyone's running teleport top lane, you have less ability to push someone down. There's less kill threat.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a little bit more farm.
It's interesting because they're both running teleport here.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. Zion last second change.
He did. Okay.
Over to Ignite. So Zion has switched it. He's looking for kill on Dyrus. He's not going to match the teleport. I don't know, man. Teleport right now is so good with the teleporting to towers, reducing it.
Yeah. I think TPing to a turret has less cooldown than Ignite. I think by 10 seconds.
If it's reduced by 100, then
200 versus 210. Yeah, well, there you go. And as the teams load into the Rift, let's take a look at the voting from LOLesports.com. 92% of you think that TSM is going to come out on top. Not surprised by those odds, but underdog wins do happen.
Yeah. Daedra been getting in on the TSM chant. Everybody on Coast. Yeah, TSM. Oh, wait. Yeah, I mean us, right? Coast. But yeah, this game, definitely going to be watching the jungles because junglers are how the solo lanes are going to, it's going to tell how the solo lanes are going to perform.
Yeah.
And Nintendo on Evelynn has a very good chance of actually snowballing one of these solo lanes. So we'll have to see if Odd One and the rest of TSM can coordinate to get vision inside of Coast Jungle at the small camps. Can they keep track of this Evelynn? Will they have defensive pink wards up towards the mid game? Those are two things that they'll be looking to do. Cloud9 is so good at getting deep wards into the enemy jungle when they face Evelynn, getting defensive pink wards and picking her off. Will TSM be able to do the same? I mean, they practice a lot against Cloud9, but they do not have the same coordination. And it doesn't seem like they have the same conversation when it comes to jungle strategy that Cloud9 do.
Yeah. Well, we'll see if TSM can learn a thing or two as they get themselves into playoffs, of course. Now's kind of the time to put everything down, see just how strong you really are, and say, look, you want to win the spring split, you want to get first place in the playoffs, go to the All-Star. And hey, every team you face is a good way to test yourself and say, did we play this perfectly? What do we see go wrong? We'll see this. Battle lines drawn so far. Zion, of course, does have Ignite, as you point out. Doran's Blade for him, Doran's Shield for Dyrus. Dyrus kind of the epitome of a consistent top laner here in North America. We'll see if Zion can bully him out.
Yeah, that is a little bit interesting. A lot of people right after the Doran Shield nerf switched over to Cloth 5, but Dyrus has returned to the Doran Shield. It does look like they won't be meeting each other as their 2-versus-1 swaps are coming in.
This is interesting to me because I remember back when Jax was a really popular pick last season, there was some discussion around Jax in 1v2s and whatnot where, well, he needs items to scale 1v2ing him is a really good choice because you'll knock him down. Ooh, hold on. TSM looking to stop this swap attempt. Look at that. Nintendo forced away. Started on the greedy side of the jungle. Tried to start with a solo lane. Didn't pay off.
Yeah, they are the ones who lane swap, and they still start their jungle on the bottom side. They were hoping that they could burn this golem down before the duo lane from TSM come to check. However, TSM are on the ball, immediately come for the invade to see what's up, and they do put Nintendo a little bit behind. Zion's going to be buddy jungling with him, though.
Yeah, not
Meanwhile,
much XP, though.
Yeah, look at the opposite side, though. Dyrus on Shyvana can take care of his own camps because he has decent AoE himself, and the Odd One has actually been jungling bottom side jungle. So a little bit of advantage early on from TSM. And I have to again question, Coast doing the lane swap, they have Evelynn. Oftentimes you lane swap against Evelynn, so you can get vision of her.
Yeah.
But they're the ones who pull it off, and we'll have to see how it plays out. Will Nintendo actually be able to make plays anyway?
Well, you know, last Coast game we saw, they had sent Zion Spartan to try to steal the blue buff by himself. Walked by a ward, gave away first blood. Level 1s right now for Coast looking a little bit shaky.
And those...
Nintendo not spotted, though. Uh-oh. He's going to run into a Dyrus.
He's level 3 to level 1 Darius, though. Even though he's at half HP, he's got double buffs. He's level 3. He's got teammates. All right, Darius can't afford to get frisky. He is sitting on a ward, though, and he need. Okay, so he knows that he's sitting on a ward because he just saw Daydream and move. You got to be careful about telegraphing what kind of information is available to your team by your movements. Oh, Darius still gets caught.
He did hit level 2, though, from leeching XP. Good play by Daydream to push him away from this one top lane turret, taking plenty of damage. His fusion, and Darius is like basically pulling damage away from the turret by doing this.
Yeah, I really like this sort of play when you have a top lane Lee Sin who can kind of bait the enemy team away from doing damage to the turret and try to get them to chase him. Darius doing a similar thing on Shyvana, though, able to bait them away for a little bit. The tower delay could actually afford them the opportunity to switch their dual lane because they also had Jinx on the undefended turret down there, the turret that does not have champion damage reduction. TSM are very happy with the way that Coast decided to go for the lane swap.
Yeah, they've just destroyed the turret game here, getting a tier 2 turret
before
their
T1's even done. It's not even done yet.
No, they took it down. I thought.
Is it? All right.
Yeah, Coast is 1 turret kill.
Okay. Getting a little crazy here.
It's okay. 2-1 on turrets, though. Overall, gotta say a great thing for TSM so far. If you look at the mid lane matchup, this one actually is going well for Coast, though. Shifter up 5 minions, pushing Bjergsen around a little bit. Bjergsen is out of potions already. Ignite is available for Shifter. He can land some kind of charm combo. Both Elise and Leona waiting around in the wings, trying to help people out. Evelyn not far either.
Now, this is one of the most exciting points of the game when the entire map is covered by fog of war right now. There's no vision. Everything has been blanketed in darkness, and it's really up to the junglers. It's actually everybody who gets to roam now. It's not even just junglers because turrets were taken down so early. So now is when you see the sneaky plays come out. Can we get an AD carry gank or something like that? Up top, though, everybody from TSM just shows as normal.
Well, we've got 3 guys top lane right here. Darius lurking around through the tri-brush. Daydream's Leona coming to support with Fusion, who has been stuck in the solo lane for a short time. Zerk Greaves rushed by Wild Turtle here.
Yeah, he wants to annihilate turrets. Jinx already with great attack speed buff from her Q. Wants to add a little bit more and increase this turret lead that they have.
Well, Zion is going to freeze over on this lane, though. Does not have teleport. He's on the correct side of the map for a dragon, but cannot join fights like Dyrus can. 21-11 in minions. Honestly, there's a minion lead for Coast because of the way the lanes are set up.
Okay, so a little bit of minion lead, but that's another point you just said. There's no teleport on Zion, and they are the ones who initiated a lane swap. Why would you take a combat summoner early, no teleport, if you're going to be doing the lane swap?
Well, damage on a Daydream, and not against Buck. Blade comes in. First blood goes to Wild Turtle. 6 minutes in. Top lane under fire. 4 vs 2 now.
Questionable play from Coast so far this game. TSM doing a great job capitalizing. I mean, their reactions, they wasted 0 time. They had the correct reaction to the 2 vs 1 initially, stopped that cheeky little blue buff, then they went in to take it. I think TSM have just been playing very well for the beginning of this game, reacting to everything that Coast is doing.
Book and Cocoon both dodged right there by Coast, but top lane turret down to half HP. Coast trying to hold this one alive for now. But this turret might not be long for the world, though at the same time, Zion Spartan is still farming in this frozen lane. Level 5 to Dyrus' level 4. 36-11 in minions. TSM does not pay off with a turret here soon. There is a scary Zion Spartan to keep in mind, but here comes round number 3. 4 vs 2 again under the turret. Hook's going to go out, does not quite land. Daydream rejoins the team, finds the stun. Good play, Wild Turtle staying alive. Minions going down as well. Coast are holding this turret.
Yeah, so because there are so many things that are making me question Coast's early game, I think that they were guessing for a TSM lane swap. And they mind game themselves. Like, I mean, they're doing it against the Jinx team. They have Evelyn, and their top laner has Ignite. I have to think that they were just overthinking the situation and were trying to catch TSM with their lane swap.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know. All right, we'll stop talking about the early game, though. Darius is teleporting down bottom to catch Zion with his big minion wave and stop it at the turret.
There's about 10 minions here at most that he'll be able to catch up with.
6 to 4.
Yeah, the big lane lead. The satisfying thunks are coming through as he hits the caster minions. He's got enough minions here to push in and take aggro. And the turret damage commences here. Zion Spartan with Ignite. Thunk, thunk, thunk. All right. Oh, he lost the stacks. pushed away.
I do commend TSM for not trying to go for an early dragon, even though they have the towers down. As I said before, I don't think it is quite worth the damage that you take this early in the game. Coast trying to keep up their blue invades.
Nicely done, though.
From
just
the level 2, yeah.
steal.
Able to get the second one away, and the odd one not making a move to answer.
You know, it's worth pointing out, Coast should have a pretty sizable experience lead, because Zion was getting free experience in the bottom lane by himself, whereas then TSM was sharing top lane among 4 people, whereas Coast was sharing it among 2 or 3. So as far as total levels go, Coast, I think, have an experience advantage. You know, they're down 600 in gold, but, I mean, an individual level is worth, what, 800, 700 gold worth of stats? So unless the levels actually catch up, Coast kind of betray the scoreboard and are leading on the map.
Zion definitely does have a decent upper hand against Dyrus. However, Dyrus has a pocket special.
Shows him, though, pulls him out of the pocket. He's there hanging out, and actually all of TSM, or most of TSM now, rotating towards the bottom side. Odd one not far away at the Wraith camp. Wildcard are holding mid for now. Bjergsen could move over as well, but the fact that Special's down there is TSM hoping to set up Dragon. Wards come out. Coast aware of this. They've pulled their whole team down to the bottom side. The pings come out. Coast try for ward control. Special doing the same. Bjergsen taking a bit of damage here. Shifter trying to knock him away.
I guess things are going according to plan for Coast here, because they've got their split pusher fed. They were successful in getting Zion all that lane farm. And, you know, with everybody down bottom, they should be able to get this turret since Dyrus used his teleport to try and get to lane.
Nice
They're
job
able
by
to
Ghost.
get back in this.
Okay, well, they group up for the bottom side there. They've walked by a couple of wards on the way. Special and Total should know about this, but it's a 4-man group. We've seen this before. It was 4 minutes ago in the top lane. And Coast.
Reverse situation, though. Can TSM defend 3 versus 4? This is going to be Onyx Special to land a good play here.
Looks like Coast don't want it. Even though they know Dyrus is there and they could guess the summoner spell cooldown. Bjergsen on the inside track down to the bottom side. Looks like he'd get there before Shifter. They back off. Mid lane, Shifter has enough AP to one-shot cast minions. He's actually grabbed first item, needlessly large rod. Lands the charm. Bjergsen down to half, but he's going to regen.
Yeah, Bjergsen in this matchup, at least he hasn't died this time around. Last time, Shifter was able to get a kill from doing this exact move where he goes into the little fog of war, the lip on that side of the river.
Yeah, that is one big thing I see from the top level mid laners, is they use the fog of war that you can get. On top lane turret does go down. No local gold given away, but 100 gold to every member of the team.
I feel like Dyrus has forgotten about that new local gold of turrets.
Yeah. It's basically a minion wave and a half worth of gold.
It's a lot, yeah.
It's half a kill worth of gold.
But yeah, if nobody's around, then it does go to waste. He is scared, though, because if he meets Zion out in the open with no turrets to fall back on, he'll probably get bullied, especially since Zion did go with that Ignite.
See where the teams start moving now. Zion, Phage, Sheen on Jax. He's 2/3 of the way to the best item in the game. Ooh, the engage comes in. Shifter ults. Trading flashes away with Bjergsen there. Ignite is down as well, but gets some dominance in the lane.
Yeah, the Shifter Ari, once again, coming up pretty big. And he's moving towards that mid game. With all these turrets down, once Shifter does get to start roaming, it's going to be the rest of the members of TSM that have to worry about being picked off. Vision of their own jungle now going to become increasingly more important.
Wow, Zion Spartan going in for the fight under the turret on Dyrus. Ignite goes in, ult comes in, forcing the flash away. Flash Q would have taken him out. Dyrus limping away with low health. Zion still in control of this turret here.
Well, we talked about solo lanes from Coast having to carry this game if they were going to win it. They've done just that, even without Evelynn intervention. The solo lanes from Coast, because they're able to feed a lot of extra farm to that Jax, and just because Shifter was able to win his mid lane by himself, knowing that the junglers were not going to come interfere due to the 2 versus 1 switch, this is pretty much what Coast were banking on, even though they're down in gold right now.
Is that enough of a reason for Coast to initiate a 2v1? Just to throw a feather
just
back
to
in
get their solo lane.
Just to let Shifter 1v1
Bjergsen.
Jungles? Yeah. I don't know. I mean, it's tenuous, but hey, we're just going to go back to it. Repel used by Elise.
Making sure that Nintendo does leave the area. So that's that warding that I was talking about around their own jungle. TSM are setting up perimeter wards. Keep track of Evelyn here. A couple defensive pinks. That's down to 3 hits, though, and Team Coast know that it's there.
See what they can find with this one. Daydream waiting around the brush. Eve forced back, Elise near the bottom side. Top lane actually got reset, and it's in a really good spot for Zion Spartan, actually. Right in front of his turret. Dyrus has to go back into the jungle here. Level, what, 9 versus 8? Is that correct for the top lane? 10 now for Zion Spartan.
Yep.
So level lead there. He's got money in the pockets as well. He's about 20-ish gold away from finishing Triforce there, so a big spike. Gonna come in soon for Zion Spartan's Jax. Bjergsen does get his first blue buff of the game, though. Coast did not set up a trap for that one. No invade came through, but their own blue buff is up. Looks like it should be going to Shifter pretty easily. Shifter did pick up a Deathfire Grasp versus the Athenes of Bjergsen. We'll see if Shifter can knock down champions quickly.
Remember that TSM love the team fights, though. They thrive in dragon fights. 1 minute 40 seconds till the next one. And they have a Jinx. Jinx has been able to complete her Bloodthirster. A lot of damage, but is vulnerable to dives. Will Zion be able to get deep and kill Turtle? Will Turtle be picked off by Shifter before the fight even starts? All these questions and more will be answered in 1 minute and 20 seconds.
Special could also flay him. There's more questions. Hypothetical answers. All the above. Who knows? Thought we were done with tests.
Now we're going to keep farming for another minute here.
It's fine. Zaps a minion. The Cork dealing plenty of damage. I thought this would be a special interaction with this
top
skin.
Spinner or a bot or a...
I was going a different way with that one.
Spinner.
I have no idea.
Okay, so Zion, though, he is definitely exerting his will on Dyrus. You can see he chased him past the
Looking for Wild Turtle. Misses the ult, though. Wild Turtle flashed away from that one pretty cleanly. There will not be a Solar Flare for the initial dragon fight. Coast would have to buy some time if they want it back. Shifter looking for the roam.
Again, he wants the pick, and he
got
it
the damage. Look at the burst comes through. Can Bjergsen get away with this? A lot of damage. Shifter, he's gonna go down, and Bjergsen lives.
The odd one hanging around mid lane. Bjergsen gets caught out the exact same way as he did last time, but they come up with the kill because he stands and fights. An odd one comes to his rescue.
Man, great play by Bjergsen. I was surprised Shifter was ulting into melee range the whole time, but Zion still looking to fight onto Dyrus, half HP on the Shyvana.
They still have another solo laner, and he's still extremely powerful here. Even though they didn't kill Bjergsen, he was forced back to base. So no dragon for TSM. Coast are going to start it off. This is a 3 versus 3 situation. They're tanking dragon. That's not a good situation to be in.
Especially with Moby Boots won't go for the hook. He will.
Turtle has no flash, though, and he's getting cornered from the rest of the team. He's split up. He does not want to be far away from his Thresh. Needs that peel.
Especially with the preemptive lanterns. That if they catch you, go left.
Yeah, now he's going around. Okay, he circles all the way around the dragon pit. Everybody needs to come in from the same side. Both mid laners have returned.
Yeah. Bjergsen has ulti. Shifter does not quite. Bjergsen is going to have flash soon, though. Shifter already has his. We'll see if the summoners make much of a difference. Cork comes out again. Doesn't quite land. Pink ward going to get swept by TSM. Jack still winning in his top lane. Dyrus actually very, very low up there. He's going to be actually maybe going down. The engage comes in. Turtle with barrier. He's going to be going down. Also, Dyrus drops. Shifter's going to fall as well. Fight still goes on. Oven low on health. He is going to go down. Draydemon running. Body slam will land. Nintendo on the runaway. Can he get out? Special. 2 hits from Dead Wiz Fusion. Looking for it. The kill does come through for Bjergsen. The hook's going to come out. The W will land. The play backwards. Wiz Fusion can't catch him. He's got nowhere to go. Bjergsen takes a drink. Takes him down, 300 gold.
Whoa. All right. TSM thrives in dragon fights. Did we go over that? Yes. All right. So Zion up top, though, he just takes down Dyrus. This is not one dragon fight. They're going to win. Did he get out? Yeah, he got out from the turret as well. Down towards the dragon. We did see 2 people go down, but everyone's so low. Bjergsen's able to clean this one up. Couple of body slams. He has that blue buff now. And the flash one. He actually got the auto off as the flash went through. Special dodging that.
Yeah. The W barely missed, and the flay completely well timed.
Yeah, it's a star burst W, too. So if you're either way towards one of those points, towards one of the corners, it would have stabbed him.
Well, actually, point out, Zion did get killed by the turret.
Oh, he did go down to that last turret shot.
The golden kill credit did go to Dyrus. But you're just seeing Zion happy to turret dive. I mean, he's forcing the issue in that lane.
Oh, yeah, he is. Because he knows he has to make some sort of play. The rest of his team dying around Dragon.
Wild Turtle stunned up, though, has nowhere to go. Gives the kill away to Zion Spartan, but the mid lane, Nintendo goes down. Bjergsen not even having to ult for it.
Well, 1 for 1 there, but Jinx off the table means she cannot continue to CS at this time. This gives WizFusion the opportunity to try and catch back up. However, they are shoved under the turret. Hard for him to grab those CS.
Yeah, Zion pushing towards the bottom lane. The ulti still available for Bjergsen. Wave clear pretty clean here for Shifter. 156 minions now for both mid laners. And to point out, Bjergsen is 5-0-1. He is a significant reason for why TSM are doing well in this game now, having such a great impact in team fights.
Uh-oh. No wards deep in the jungle for Zion, and not that many members of TSM were visible on the map. Does not want to fight this one. Dyrus, though, should be careful about pressing his luck. Looks like Zion's going all the way back to base, though. TSM running on mid lane.
3 versus 3. Jinx joining the fight, though. Cocoon's going to miss right there. Dodged away by an intended mid lane turret. Is going to go down, making that 4-2 right here. TSM getting now all 3 outer turrets for themselves. I'm going to see them sitting on a 3,500 gold lead as well. When they got Bjergsen around, TSM are winning every single fight here. And they're using that to good effect.
How early do you think Jinx will go for a Banshee's Veil? Because
it could be after Last Whisper.
He's got to worry about so many things picking him. The Leona and the Ahri will both be looking to grab him, and Banshees would be a good combo breaker for either of those. Even though he does have a special on Thresh to rely on, it's not going to cover all of the angles.
Yeah, well, the one good thing for TSM is because Bjergsen's doing so well, not only is no one going to buy a lot of armor early on because they're buying MR, but also if Wild Turtle does go a little bit tanky, like in getting a Rush Banshee's build, they still have the damage from Bjergsen. So I think he can get away with like 3rd item Banshees.
Looks like they also got a Mikhail's too, so not only can a special Lantern Turtle, but he can get him out of that solar flare if it does land on his head again.
Aegis also is going in for the Audon. We're seeing a lot more Aegises. Still in 4.4. It doesn't actually have the change going through yet in 4.5, but the Audon's just come back recently.
Wants to protect everybody. Odd One has been known to be a utility jungler, trying to do what's best for the team. Good control over the Baron side here. You can see that TSM's jungle is completely devoid of coast wards right now. So they are not in danger of having any of their buffs controlled. And it's really up to TSM. They've been doing a great job with all these sweepers. They've actually got a really good foothold around this Baron side of the map.
Which also means they have a foothold on the flank towards Zion Spartan. He actually backs up right there, realizing TSM's off the map.
Exactly.
Coast have a couple defensive wards there. They do see that one. Take the Wraiths too. Whatever you can. TSM kill away another ward right there.
That
so
might be
the
most common bush to camp in now.
Yeah.
That one on the backside of red buff right before Baron. Oh, and this is a classic ward.
It's going to come through the jump over. A nice flash from Daydreamin'. But it is still a summoner spell burn. Well done, Special. Spiderlings, just they don't like brush today.
They need some encouragement.
Yeah.
They're volatile Spiderlings, but seem to be a little wary. Oh, vision control on Baron doing work here. They do have Elise and Jinx putting out a really strong damage. Now Kosao getting pretty bold here. They face check it. Baron's at half. Zion's at bottom. This will be a 4 vs 5.
Okay, well, Nintendo has Flash, so they need to play for this one. Daydream losing half his health bar, though. Dyrus looking towards the front. Cork not quite going to land. Zion still pushing the bottom side. TSM forced to recall.
Zion gets so much work done here because TSM gave up on the objective that they were going for. It is a big win for Coast. Can he finish it off before Dyrus comes in?
Zion popped his dodge just to get a Trinity Force proc.
Turtle.
I think he's safe. Chompers eat nothing but air. They're dead. What if Flame Chompers could feel?
So if they're flame chompers, then they should eat air, right? They need oxygen.
Yeah. They spit out carbon dioxide.
Really, though, I'm worried about this bottom. I really I want to see another duel between Dyrus and Zion. Dyrus does not have much in the way of offensive capabilities.
Yeah.
So he's always got to be scared about Zion's all-in. Zion does have his slow now. Cutlass depleted.
I feel like this is a significant lead for him. Lance is stunned. Decent damage. Puts a slow down as well. He's got to watch for rotations. He's well surrounded by TSM.
Pretty much what it is. The only thing that's keeping Zion from going full force ahead, worried about collapse from the rest of TSM. You know, he doesn't have great ward coverage inside the jungle. Pretty much his ward coverage, if you see a member of TSM that close, it's too late.
Yeah.
His wards are really, really close to him.
Well, Coast right now putting pressure towards the mid lane, kind of holding TSM from rotating out. If they collapsed on Zion's Jax, mid lane turret would probably fall. So you're seeing...
Oh, Dyrus. Zion waits. Zion bides his time, waiting for Dyrus to come back, but they make the call for Dragon, and Dyrus lives.
Coast ping towards Baron a little bit. They're actually moving towards it. I don't know if they can kill this nearly in time. This Dragon's going to be uncontested, and they're going to leave just Abba to take it.
I think they're pulling them away from Zion so that Zion can actually split bottom. They want to threaten TSM around Baron, trying to buy more time for the split push.
Now it's going to be Dyrus sent back to base. No teleport for him, meaning if he makes the recall, it's just a 4-on-4 on the map. But keep in mind, most of, well, I shouldn't say most, but a large portion of Coast Gold is on Zion Spartan's Jax here. You can see 8,500 gold is the richest member on the team, whereas Dyrus is beneath Bjergsen's mark by 1,700. These top laners being down here is actually relative advantage for TSM.
Especially since Dyrus does have teleport. However, he will most likely not have the opportunity to use it. If he leaves the lane, Zion will get that turret.
The stun's going to land. Zion still farming up a 20 minion lead Coast.
They're forcing it here. TSM have to engage.
Good cocoon from the odd one. Stops Shifter, though. Big 10 dude. He's got to watch for the hook. There's the hook. It's going to land. Intending to get a bunch of damage. He pops the ulti. Can they kill off the odd one? There goes the repel. He's trying to run. Killed off by Bjergsen's ulti.
Baron heals back up. Got to be careful. Oh, special flirting with death here.
Zion with a red buff. He's going to look in. Thresh actually goes down to his fusion. Does get the kill off the back of the charm. Dyrus does not have dragon form. Does not yet have flash either. Zion on the chase. Dyrus cannot get away from this one. Zion gets the one-on-one kill. 2 kills for 1 on the map.
Intense game again here. The split push is working out. Let's see what happened to Special.
That's just greedy.
Yeah.
Even Daydreaming took part right there. Jumped over the wall, had to walk back. Shifter got to dash back over. Wild Turtle killing away the wolves. Poor Copenhagen. The odd one, chilling with Elise. Gonna kill away some of these lizards. Not a problem, they're little ones. That got stolen away by Jax, not letting go. Zion Spartan there. Mid lane turret still alive. TSM keeping that one in good repair. A 3-kill lead, and I believe every dragon on the map as well is TSM's. Farm split fairly even across the teams. I'd say there's maybe like a total of like 10 to 15 minions separating the entire team rosters here. So it's really the kills and dragon control right now that are putting TSM in such a good spot. Oh, red buff still blue. Shifter queued early. Zion Spartan double buff.
That was the plan all along. He needs lower cooldown on his jump so he can kill Dyrus again.
Yep.
Man, he is definitely, there's no single person who can stop him right now either. Trinity Force plus Blade of the Rune King is ridiculous. So TSM, they really need to make use of the small advantages that they have. They commit Dyrus up to top. Whoa, very, very dangerous. Leaving that bottom inhibitor open to Zion.
Well,
whoa.
27 minion, 3-1-0 Jackson. Immediately the recall. The hook didn't land. TSM thought they could get a catch off this. They didn't. Coast playing the defensive game so well. Zion in on the inhibitor. Good damage comes through. Will he ignore Dyrus?
He's committing to it.
He's trying, but here comes the Thresh. The hook's going to land. Zion Spartan, not a good spot. Jumps over to minions. Lunar than King use. Special kills him, takes the double buffs. A little bit more than Zion could chew.
It's so chancy. I mean, Coast, they rely 100% on keeping vision of the whole team from TSM. They need the 4-man squad to pressure TSM around Baron while Zion commits for that. He can't commit to that turret if they don't have vision of the entire team. Yes, if it's just Dyrus, he can tank Dyrus' damage while he finishes off the turret. But Special comes in as well. The rest of Coast were not able to hold on to TSM. Biggest member down for Coast. TSM have free reign of the map.
Well, right now, TSM are still waiting on Wild Turtle to show up mid, though. And Zion Spartan up in about 7 seconds as well. Wild Turtle will be there first. Yeah, this turret should be going down with the numbers lead there. Here comes Wild Turtle's Jinx. Phantom Dancer is done on top of the Bloodthirster, and there they go. Good stuff by that one. Wave clear from Coast, but of course TSM now growing their gold lead. 5,000 for them. Spiderling gets through the brush this time.
So
not so pensive.
One little mistake there of not being able to keep track of every member on TSM, not being able to inform their split pusher, cost them a turret mid.
Yeah.
He did get it very low, though. Yes, the inhibitor turrets regenerate, but not quickly. So if Zion can get back down there, he still has a good chance of bursting that turret down.
Let's see what he can get on this one. Killing away these minions. We'll see who shows up. The recall from Dyrus. Bjergsen is drinking out of the cask. Back goes the Shyvana.
It's the exact same decision that they have to make. Who's going to be recalling? They have to have very good communication from Coast to actually pull this off.
Thresh is around as well, Special waiting in the wings. This could be the exact same combo as last time. He's going to wait for the engage. Has the Talisman of Ascension. Zion Spartan starting in towards, I'm guessing, a Banshee's Veil, his next item. But the extra MR will certainly help a lot against Dyrus. But the rest of TSM now off the map once again. Zion, a little bit in danger getting surrounded. Another ward comes down.
MR helps against pretty much the whole team. Shyvana without Blade of the Rune King, so magic damage heavy.
Yeah.
And really, all he has to worry about is Jinx. Jax also has the Counter-Strike, so auto attacks will not affect him for a large portion of a team fight, and he's probably going to be looking to kill Jinx. If they get her off the map, the only defensive stat he has to worry about is magic resist.
Well, here comes the engage. Odd One is there with Dyrus. Zion Spartan gets done. Ignite comes down, looking for the engage. Chases Odd One down. Does he have the damage? One hit to go. Zion inside the base finds one. Now stuck in a duel with Dyrus. Not going to go far. Does jump to a ward, but kills him off. Dyrus getting the gold credit for it. Mid lane turret does go down, though. Coast use the distraction. They lose an assist, but they get a turret for it. And now they set up around Baron.
Zion was able to take the smite down. So he knew that even though a little bit, it wasn't a great trade as far as the power is concerned, trading Jax for Elise. But there's nothing that TSM cannot take the Baron without their smite. It'll be very risky.
Some good wards by TSM. Get them controls. They push down the mid lane. Dyrus going to secure them. The Dragon. It's got to feel bad having to kill your own race, but Dyrus will do it for TSM. Bjergsen tells him to do it. And Dyrus obliges. Wild Turtle makes pain a little bit easier. Actually does the killing blow, so Dyrus can feel good about himself on that one. He did not slay his brother.
He just beat him to within an inch of his life.
Hey,
and then let him get shot.
It's not murder.
All right. Dyrus gets off on a technicality here. He's acquitted. No jail for Dyrus today.
On his birthday. He's special in Bjergsen.
All right. Back to the war control, freak.
You're holding your magnifying glass.
Yeah, man. I was investigating the Dyrus case. He's innocent. However, the case of the vision around Baron, still hotly contested. Both teams trying to get their wards in place. What is it? 1, 2, 3, 4 sweepers here for TSM. Still sitting on 3 for Coast, but they're buying plenty of pink wards.
Well, back to the bottom lane. Zion Spartan, no longer a top laner.
I don't know. If TSM make the call to shove everybody top, Zion has to be with the team. This is an inhibitor turret. He cannot get down to that bottom inhibitor turret for Coast because he has no teleport. He ran with the combat summoner, the Ignite.
Yeah, and he's actually waiting around on the side. He's like, buy the white, can't buy the wolves. He's ready to flank, actually.
If he comes in and he flanks Wild Turtle, he takes out Turtle at the beginning of the fight. Doesn't matter how much gold lead TSM have. Coast will be able to win that. All eyes going to be on Turtle. He has Flash and Barrier and X-Special.
And look at all the engagement potentials for Coast. Nintendo off on the left-hand side. Zion Spartan on the right-hand side, waiting around outside of ward vision. TSM have to be afraid of how hard they push for this.
Yeah, they've got to know, though, that Coast are trying to flank them from both sides. It's an Evelyn. They've got to be aware that Evelyn's always trying to flank, and they don't see Zion on the map. That means he's probably waiting in the fog of war as well.
All right, barrel roll comes out. Dyrus in the front lines. No real turret damage to speak of for TSM. There's a gigantic minion wave towards the bottom side. Poke comes out.
Interesting timing on that one. Usually teams like to do that when they have AD carries in position to get turret damage.
Yeah, it's going to get about half the cooldown for the next minion wave. So, like, it's not far away from being back up, but yeah, the regen, very easy to reach. Zion Spartan goes to defend the bottom lane right here. A lot of minutes for him. He'll hit level 18 before too terribly long. TSM used that to run towards Baron. They will run through a ward, though.
Yeah, didn't get much done here. They're going to have to clear out the vision, but that will signal Coast.
There are wards especially. If you can play into hook, it could land. Good juke by Nintendo.
Yep, Nintendo has learned the ways of the zigzag. Did you know,
yes,
if you encounter a crocodile in the wild, you are also supposed to run zigzags, because while they are extremely fast in bursts of speed in one direction, they cannot turn very quickly.
That's good to know.
Survival tips.
So if you want to get away from Renekton... Oh wait, he has Slice and Dice.
Turret goes down from TSM. Good rotation because they got all this control of the vision around red side.
Nice job by these guys. 6 turrets to 5 now. TSM up 4 kills, up a turret, up all the dragons even still. But Coast did sneak a ward back down into the Baron pit. TSM knows about it. They just don't seem to care very much. Gonna take this one out as quickly as they can. Ascension used Coast. Ooh, that nearly caught Zion Spartan.
Trinket ward saves the day for Zion right there. TSM go right back to the Baron, though, forcing this one hard.
The explosive cast going to knock back Wiz Fusion. Here comes the box. Zion in the front lines. A good solar flare. Zion still winning around, dodging in towards the front. It's going to be Dyrus taking a bunch of pain, forced to flash back. Wiz Fusion still around. Hook on the Nintendo. Shifter takes out Dirt, but loses his life in the process. Wiz Fusion staying alive. Rocket nearly takes down the Lucian. The flash hook is going to land on a Nintendo. The Coast jungler is gone. 4 versus 3 now in the combat. The flash.
Oh, he hit it!
Ooh, Pork on a Wiz Fusion. He's going to stay alive, though. Pops the barrier for it.
Didn't believe.
Well, the mid lane going to be sieged now, though, by Zion Spartan. TSM goes back towards the Baron pit.
Zion can heal up off these minions. He can come right back in here. Daydreamin does not want to give up on it.
2/3 the way towards Solar Flare is back. Half HP. Here comes the engage.
Got
taking some damage. He's trying to do it special. Low on health as well. Zion trying to run away. He's ignited. Ruin King used Odd One, not in range to chase him down. Nearly the kill for the Odd One. Wiz Fusion. Daydream is still running away. The flash body slam is going to land. Kill comes through for the Odd One. 14-8 TSM.
And they return to Baron.
Oh,
Bjergsen doesn't give up.
Kill. Bjergsen versus Zion Spartan. Zion wins that fight. Trades 1-for-1. 80 carry does die, though.
Zion extremely low, though. Dyrus teleporting in. They still want to finish this Baron.
Going to try for about the 6th time right here. The ward will be going down, and looks like the Baron will as well. Zion Spartan, no health to speak of.
He's coming back again.
This seems a
Try
little
number 3.
greedy.
That's
Hook.
That's just crazy.
Dodge. Zion, please. Baron does go down. Zion's got nowhere to go. Got to watch out for the play. The rocket comes out. Goodbye, Zion Spartan. Kill goes to TSM.
So over the duration of that Baron fight, 2 super mega death rockets.
Yep.
Striking the field. TSM do not give up on an objective once they set their sights on it. That's what we have learned today.
You're not quitters.
Bjergsen went for the kill, which actually cost him his life, but ends up with the Baron for TSM in the end. However, Bjergsen will not be wearing that Baron buff as a mark of shame for dying.
7-1-4. The KDA this game doesn't go down, but you still add the death to that column there. Making him a little bit sad, but Bjergsen hitting 7 kills per game. I want to get the tracker back up on how many more kills he needs for the single split kill record, because we're down to his 2nd of his last 4 games of the regular season. He's got very few left to play, and he's got 7 kills here, so...
And they still got another team fight to go, so there are plenty more opportunities for kills this game. It's looking to be a long one here. TSM with the Baron buff, just looking to grab up all of the extra gold left on the map here. Subsidize their item purchases here. A couple more elixirs coming out just to top them off.
You know, interesting thing, actually, you talk about item builds. I didn't realize this till now, but Nintendo went for a Spectral Wraith, actually, on Elise.
Whoa.
We don't see that very often. Now, mathematically, as far as the numbers go, you get way more ability damage by going Spectral Wraith instead of Elder Lizard. Obviously, people getting Lizard for attack damage and jungle clear speed, but...
Here's my thoughts on that. With the new Evelynn, if you're going to go the ability power route, you need to max your cooldown reduction. Because on any champion where you're constantly spamming an ability for damage, even if Q has a very short cooldown, the percentage cooldown reduction is a percentage damage increase because you're constantly spamming that spell whenever it comes up. If you find yourself doing that on any champion, then yes, cooldown reduction is the right buy for you. So if you go ability with Evelynn, you need cooldown reduction.
Let's see if you can get any more on this one. Banshee's build does not give any, nor does anything that builds out of a Giant's belt.
That's what we're getting at here.
Yep. Finished the thought. Just making observations. See if Nintendo can add more to his abilities later on here. Charm not going to land on much shifter, trying to wave clear, but the Baron buff TSM going to be pretty good at making the siege happen.
Yeah. Lantern goes out, go to rocket form. Okay, now they have to wait on the cooldown for Lantern, or else Turtle cannot extend like that.
Yeah. The good thing is it syncs up really well with minion waves. You should always have it once per wave. You just try again later. The Turtle heals the turret heals 90 health between waves. See TSM try for it again. Dyrus actually will tank the turret damage here for a bit. Turtle goes in, takes the hook, actually onto Zion. Spartan pulled back into the box. Dodge comes through. Will they find a special? No stun comes out. Rocket on the side.
Ulti down for Nintendo as well. This is going to be the turret.
And there goes the mid inhibitor as well. TSM 16-9. 39.5 minutes in. They're satisfied with just the mid inhibitor and they back off.
Yeah, Coast not able to continue to split push because if they leave a 5 versus 4 fight in mid, then they will just get run over. End up losing the inhibitor anyway, though, and TSM just siege right back up on the bottom side. Same exact situation here. Use the Lantern to cover Turtle while he tries to rocket this turret. Bjergsen zones with his barrels.
Let's see what these guys can find. Looks like minions dying down here in the bottom lane. It's going to be TSM still attempting. Baron buff just on for a couple more seconds, but it's about to go down right here.
Interesting how Zion is flanking, but Nintendo is not flanking anymore. Nintendo doesn't have his ulti anymore, so even if he does go in, he's just going to be walking at them and going with this ability power build here, just trying to get Q damage mostly.
I'm surprised by the Sword Shoes actually as well, since the E is physical.
Yeah, I mean, it's all on the Q.
Engage for Shifter, finds a bit of damage there. DFG off on towards the Gragas, but not going to be enough. The disengage comes through from all sides. Bjergsen still holds on to his ultimate. Shifter now without his and without the flash. That play make did not work.
Uh-oh. Big wave top 2 is getting damage down there.
No, this is going to be an important wave for Coast then. They do not decide to defend the top lane wave. Zion's going to lose his Banshee's Veil.
I feel like they have to pull the trigger if they're going to do it at all, because another inhibitor turret down. There we go.
Flash forced engaged from the Evelynn. There's the hook in towards Zion. Spartan puts out the abilities. The nice knockback kills off Shifter. Daydream has got nowhere to go as well. 2 kills so far. TSM. Health bar's low for Coast. They're on the run right now. Bjergsen. Can he find more? The hook onto Nintendo. He's got nowhere to go. Kill comes across. 2 more for Wild Turtle. Double kill for the man. Bottom inhibitor goes down. There's minions ready to take down the base.
Solid game from TSM.
The engage with Zion Spartan, he's trying to hold the game up there. Hits ball, Turtle, a lifesteal, keeps him alive. Dyrus doing the deed. Bjergsen picking up his 9th kill of the game. 9-1-6, 21-9 the game overall. Down goes the Nexus. TSM had to work for it, but 42 minutes in, take down the game.
They had a good little run in the mid-game with the split push. Close there. Zion. Every little decision that you make while you're split pushing, though, could mean the difference in the game. One extra second committing to a turret, where Xpecial happens to be able to get away. Xpecial got out of vision. He was down bottom too. It meant the death of Zion. Yeah. That was one more turret. That was a chance for TSM to clear out the wards. It's those small mistakes. Split pushing is a very, very fragile strategy to go with, especially if you don't have teleport.
It is. So TSM reclaiming first after this match. Bjergsen also settled the score in the mid.